Hey guys, so in October I decided to try a way of planning my reading called #AngieWay. It's something I found on Instagram through someone that I follow, and it turns out that someone on Instagram actually created it. So I went onto Angie's account and looked through her posts about how she creates this whole AngieWay plan each month, and I decided why not give it a shot. I'm always looking for ways to improve my reading, and with how much I enjoy planning, I thought this would be a really fun thing to try. So I'm gonna let the vlog take over where I explain exactly what I did and how I planned out my reading month and what happened. So I know this isn't the best lighting, but this is the best I can do right now. It is a lot later than I intended it to be for me to show you guys what I've done, but as the intro said, I have been working on trying to do Angie's Way. So I set up my reading journal this evening, and it was a really last minute thing. It was a really last minute thing, and I had wanted to get it done way before today. I wanted to get it done like at the beginning of the month. I really wanted to have it ready so that like when I started October, I would be able to just launch into this, but that didn't happen. I was in the middle of finishing another book, and I just decided, you know what, we're just gonna start today's. Okay, my phone keeps going off. We're just gonna hold on. Sorry, that was my Instagram notifications. But basically, I was just like, we're gonna start on the 4th. It's gonna be fine. It's still gonna allow me to read these books at a reasonable pace. So that's what I'm going to do. My reading journal isn't set up in a super complicated way, and I'll give you guys a closer look at it in a little bit, but this is what it looks like right now. It's just really simple. I saw something kind of like this on Instagram, and I really liked how it turned out, so yeah, I decided to copy that for mine, and I like how it looks. I really like that I just kind of stuck with the black and the gold. That's kind of what my reading journal has mostly been, black and gold. So this page has my key of all the books that I'm reading and their abbreviations, and then my schedule of reading. As you can see, the first 3 days have nothing, but everything else is numbered, and I will give you guys a closer look at that. So this is the best way for me to show you guys what it looks like. This is just like my October spread, my favorite of the month, my stats. I usually have my TBR right here, but since I have all of this here, I decided not to do a TBR, so I'm going to record my stats for the month. And then this is like everything that's a little more detailed. Here we have my key for all the books that I'm hoping to read this month. There's 6 books, which is like kind of ambitious, but like I think I can do it. And then this is my schedule for the entire month. I did mess up a little bit, but it's fine. We're gonna ignore that. And that is what I'm hoping to be able to accomplish. So honestly, 6 books is not usually a lot for me. It is right now because I am working full-time and I'm trying to get back into all this content creation. My blog is up again. Well, technically my website. I still kind of call it a blog, but it's more of a website. That's up and running. I'm doing Bookstagram 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and I am doing YouTube once a week, and that is a lot of stuff to do all at once. But I think that using AngieWay will help me a lot when it comes to reading because I'm a competitive person and because I'm a very goal-oriented person. So I think that'll make a bit of a difference. I think that'll help me get more done because I like tracking stuff like this and I like having a goal to hit. So today is the 4th and I do need to read my 80 pages, but I also need to get this blog post up. So I'm going to work on the blog post first, and then I'm going to read my 80 pages. I don't even know if I can do all 80 pages tonight, maybe if I stayed up, but I'm really tired from work today and it's currently 9 p.m. So if I can get my blog post done by 10, I can settle down and read. It'll take me maybe about an hour-ish, a little over an hour to get into the 80 pages, and then I can go to bed before midnight. So that is the plan for tonight. I will not be vlogging every single day, but I'll give you guys intermittent updates to see like how things are going, and for me to just tell you guys like what I've been doing, if I've been on track, as well as whether or not I'm enjoying the books that I'm reading, because I'm doing this over an entire month. I might as well give you guys an update of whether or not I'm enjoying what I'm reading. So for now, I'm going to go back to working on my blog post to get it ready for tomorrow because my website officially launches in the morning. So I'm gonna go work on that, and then I'm gonna read, and hopefully, fingers crossed, AngieWay really works for me because that would be really nice to have something encourage me to read more again, because I'm 7 books behind of my Goodreads goal, and by the end of this month I will be like 9.5, 10 books behind, and I would really like to catch up and still hit my goal of 40 books this year. So it's been a while since I updated you guys. It's like a little over a week after I started this vlog, and One of the reasons I didn't pick up the vlog again was because I haven't actually done much reading. The week that I started this adventure on the 4th was not a great work week for me. The long and short of it was that I started the week, I had really good intentions of reading the 80 pages a day. The first couple nights I was just way too exhausted, and then a lot of stuff happened with work and I ended up resigning from my job. That's all I'm gonna say about it, which is why I didn't read. It was just not a good time for me to read. But now that I've resigned and my boss isn't actually giving me much, if any, work at all, I am trying to catch up on things. So I am still reading Shadow of the Wind, which I'm not supposed to be anymore by this point. I should have finished this by the... I am gonna have, like, you guys will know because I've made a graphic for this that I was gonna put up. By today, I should be almost done with my second book of the month, and I'm not. I'm still like only halfway through. I think I'm 49% of the way through. I have this much left to read, and my plan for today is to finish this book. According to Bookly, I have about 4-ish hours left because I'm reading at about a page a minute. That's slower than my usual reading speed, but that's not really important right now. I am trying to finish this today because I don't have any work that's been given to me. So I'm not reading it right now because I am trying to draft a blog post and have that done for Friday. And then I don't have to worry about that because my plan is to catch up and double down on my reading. If I can finish The Shadow of the Wind today, I can start my second book, which is The Wrong Goodbye, tomorrow. And I'm trying to finish it in 2 days. That is the goal. That will kind of put me back on track. In fact, I think that would put me perfectly back on track. So is it speeding things up? Yes. Is it adhering to the 80 pages? No. Will I be back on track? Yes. And the reason why I want to get back on track is because I do have 6 books on my TBR, but I actually forgot one. I actually have 7 books on my TBR, and the book I forgot is one that I'm actually going to be doing a reading vlog for, which should be out by the time this is up. I'm reading Cam's book, Welcome Descent. I have read and reviewed one of Cam's books in the past, but that was a satirical review, and it really should not be taken seriously. But I had a lot of fun making it. Since then, he has published a horror story, and I am not a horror reader, but he is someone I look up to. He's someone I've interacted with online, and I would like to support him. So I bought the book back in January, and it's spooky season, so I'm gonna read it this month and do an actual vlog on it that's not like the satirical one I did for his other story. All that's to say, I am behind, and that's why this video has just jumped from the 4th to the, what, 13th today? Yeah. It's because I've been very behind and I've not been in a headspace where I wanted to or could film. So that's my excuse. I am trying to, like I said, fit everything in. I would like to get these 7 books done. Of the 7, if I don't read a couple of them, I'm fine with it. I would like to get to all of them. But as I was setting up my spreads, my review spreads, I've only set up 6 books instead of 7 because I am okay with dropping one of them, and that would be the murder box if necessary. That I'm already way behind on. I don't think it's a big deal if I drop it for this month and push it to November. If it comes down to it, that's the plan. Anyways, all this to say, very long clip. I'm behind. I'm going to finish the last 200-ish pages of this today, and then I'm going to start my next book either today or tomorrow, or just, yeah, I want to get back on track. That's the main thing. I want to get back on track. This might not have been the best month for me to try AngieWay, but it's giving me a good idea of whether or not I can stay on track even when things change drastically and I'm not able to do the 80 pages or however many pages right off the bat like I wanted to. So I'm going to go finish drafting this blog post and then get down to reading and hopefully be able to hit my goal of finishing this book today. That is like the main thing I want to get done today, finish this book. Okay, so if you hear stuff coming from outside, it's because my mom's watching K-dramas. I have a little bit of an update. Since last clip, it's been a while. It's been about another week. and I didn't finish Shadow of the Wind in that week, but I did finish this last night. So I'm officially done with my first book. I'm still aiming to finish 4 more books after this, and I have a revised version of my plan that will go here. It's really ambitious because I'm aiming to read about 100 pages a day to get another 4 books done. But on top of that, I have something else. On top of the 4 books that I'm planning to read for the rest of the month, I have this lovely thing, which is my manuscript. Well, it's draft 1 of Project Ceiling Cat, which is going to be my revision project for NaNoWriMo this year. I have to read all of this too, and this is 197 pages. So in between the number of pages that I've set for myself to read over the next 4 books, which totals to about 1,200 pages, I have another 200 pages of my manuscript to read, which is going to be ambitious. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I feel like this wasn't the best month to do this experiment because the first week I was just so upset about my work situation that I just didn't read anything, and so that effectively messed up my plan quite a bit. Will I still be able to do this? I don't know. I'm gonna try this again next month, but I wanted to film this month as an experiment, and this is turning out to be a very short video because I apparently only vlog once a week about my progress, but it is what it is. So I have 4 books that I want to finish. I'm starting Welcome Descent today. I was supposed to read 48 pages of it last night, but I was just so tired after finishing this that bless you! I was so tired after finishing this that I just went to bed and didn't read the first 48 pages of Welcome Descent like my plan was supposed to be. So I'm going to read the next 140, 150 pages to get back on track. I don't think it's going to be a really hard read. The book is only 227 pages long, so I think it'll be pretty easy even if I just hit like the halfway mark. If I just read 110 pages today and 117 pages tomorrow, I'll be done with it. Yeah, and that in and of itself is also going to be a vlog, and I have a lot of stuff going on over today and tomorrow. I have to work on something for one of my friends. I have a video to edit, well, at least start editing and get most of the way through for tomorrow. I have a call this evening. There's a lot going on, and I'm updating this vlog and I'm starting a new vlog at the same time, and I should also start my NaNoWriMo, like pre-NaNoWriMo information as well. There's a lot going on, and I don't have enough time in the day for this, but that is the update for now with my revised plan. I think I'll be able to stick to it. I'm going to try and update a little more like every couple of days as things go on. The next time I update, hopefully I'll be done with Welcome Descent and I won't be far behind in my new plan. If not, I'm going to have to revise the new plan again. Yeah, I thought I would let you guys know how things are going and how this plan is. I'm not following the plan, basically. That's the update. Okay, I just finished filming a clip for my reading vlog for Cam's book, Welcome Descent, and I wanted to say that I have finished officially my 2nd book of the month. I'm pretty sure I'm still behind. Today's the 22nd. Yeah, so I should have finished Welcome Descent yesterday, and I should be most of the way through The Art of Running Away today. That's obviously not going to happen. This plan will be changing again, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I still want to get it done. I have like, so the mistake I made was I put in like my review notes, I put in all the books that I wanted to read without thinking whether or not I should have done that. So I have 4 other books set down here. I think I can definitely get these books done, but the thing is I want to have most of my manuscript read this weekend. I haven't started reading this yet, and I want to, so this is going to be what I focus on tomorrow. I'm going to try and get as much of this done and get my notes in because that's more important, and then I don't think it'll be too hard for me to read The Art of Running Away. It's a middle grade book and it's pretty short. I think it's only around 280 pages-ish. So I think I can get through that pretty quickly. I will be using my iPad mini to read more because, oh look, there you can see yourselves there. I will be using this to read more because it's a bigger screen and it's a little easier for me than reading on my phone, especially when I'm trying to track stuff with Bookly at the same time. It's a really dumb first world problem, but I don't like switching between the apps on my phone just to pause and start the timer. So I will be continuing all of my ebook reading on my iPad this month, which is good because I don't really use this as much as I should. So that is the update. I am behind. I think I can still get everything done the way I need to, the way I want to. It's just going to take a little more effort, but I really don't have much to do in terms of work. I don't have anything to do in terms of work for the rest of the month, so I think I can at least get through 2 or 3 more books. Maybe not all 4, but 2 or 3 more books plus my manuscript is pretty good. So that is the update. I will be filming a little bit tomorrow during the live stream because I want to capture that because that'll be nice. So yeah, that is the update for now. I really don't know how this month is going to turn out, and I guess I should give myself a little more leeway when I'm planning this. So this is a good note to myself for November as I plan, because I have 3 books I think that I've already put down for November, and maybe I should just stick to the 3 because I don't know how much I'm gonna be reading when I'm writing, because I usually don't read as much when I write. Like last year I think I read 50 pages in all of November, so who knows, maybe, I don't know, because I don't have a job, it might be different, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that's the problem for next month. But yeah, I'm semi on track. I'm a day behind where I should be, but it's fine. This whole experiment is a bit of a mess. What day is it? Come on. It's the 29th of October, and basically I'm on my last book of the month, and due to poor planning and me not realizing a lot of things, like 2 or 3 of the books that I planned to read this month didn't end up working because they expired, and that is just on me. I am really bad at getting back into NetGalley and trying to get my arcs read there. I didn't realize that reading through the NetGalley shelf app would not work in the same way that reading through the Kindle app worked. So some of the stuff that I had planned to read expired, and I've changed my plans. I have moved into a different book that I was still planning to read. I am currently reading The Art of Running Away, which was on my TBR, but it wasn't the next book that I wanted to move into. I'd actually wanted to read The Wrong Goodbye. All this to say, this is not a reflection of how AngieWay works, and it's not a reflection of it not being good. I'm just not very good at this right now. This month has not been very realistic for me in terms of reading. I set the goal of 80 pages a day, and just that wasn't achievable starting off the month. So what have I learned here so far before I wrap things up? Maybe don't be ambitious and try and read 6 books in 1 month when your previous track record is 2 to 3. And I think I need to be a little more realistic about me picking up books. And I think I also have to realize that I don't always want to read, and that's not a bad thing. Sometimes I just don't want to do it, and that's okay. And now that I'm officially, well, today's my last day of work, now that I'm going into November unemployed and I will be moving into NaNoWriMo, things are going to be a little different. But I'm going to wait until the month is over before I officially wrap things up and let you guys know how I feel about AngieWay and what I will be doing moving forward, because I do really like this and I have actually created my AngieWay plan for November. I just really need to be more realistic about things, and that's something I'll talk about when I wrap up this video. So October is officially over, which means I've completed my first month of trying AngieWay, and it did not go as planned. Obviously, I had planned to read so much more. I wanted to read 80 pages a day, and that just didn't happen. The 6 books that I had on my TBR, while well-intentioned, was way too much for me to handle, and I did manage to read 3 books, which is half. Not as great as I wanted it to be, but still, I read 3 books, and I'm very happy with that because some months I don't even get through 1. I think the thing about AngieWay that helped me the most is that I'm so goal-oriented that I like having a set number of pages to hit each day. And when I fell behind really early in the beginning of the month because of issues with work, that kind of got me into a mindset of like, oh, well, now I have to catch up, and by catching up I have to read like 300 pages in a day, and that just wasn't possible for me. However, I do like that it gave me a better understanding of how many pages I can feasibly read in a day. I am often still stuck in the mindset of reading as much as I did in high school, and that's just, I mean, that was 5 years ago. That's not gonna happen now. I'm older, I have more things to do, I have more responsibilities, I don't have an hour-long commute to and from my internship each day where I once read 16 books in a month. So doing AngieWay allowed me to readjust my expectations of my own reading, and while I know that I'm perfectly capable of reading way more than this, I can read like 8 to 10 books in a month if I really push myself and if I have a great reading month. This year in general has not been the best reading year for me, so you know what? I'm going to accept that. I'm going to take it slow, and I have ambitious plans for December. Not November, because November is NaNoWriMo, but in December I may or may not be planning to attempt 10 books. So all that to say, I really enjoyed doing AngieWay. I like being able to write out the number of pages I want to read each day. I like having a little checklist to go through, even though I didn't actually fill mine out. I should probably do that with my November version. I had a lot of fun doing it. It appealed to the planner side of me. It appealed to the side of me that just really likes making lists and will take literally any excuse to make a list. And it was fun. It was a great way to keep track of my reading. It was a great way to plan out my reading and know what was coming up, because oftentimes I forget or underestimate the TBR that I have planned for myself, and you know, I think I'm doing well having finished my first book of the month, and then I realize it's the middle of the month and I have 5 more books on my TBR. So being able to see a physical breakdown of what I want to accomplish each day really makes a difference for me, and I like that a lot. I am continuing with AngieWay for November. I have already planned out my reading for the month, and I think it's going to be a little more manageable because I'm only attempting to read 3 books, which is already really ambitious during NaNoWriMo. I usually read maybe 1, if even that. Like, November's typically my worst reading month because I am not really able to read and write at the same time, but I would like to attempt that this year. So 3 books on my TBR, I think it's doable. 45 pages a day seems like a fairly easy thing to do. That being said, I haven't read my pages yet for today, and it's November 1st, so maybe not off to the best start already again. Anyways, I will link Angie's Instagram down below. She has a whole highlight where she explains how she does all of this, her process of dividing up the pages, what exactly the math entails, and she recently updated it with a different kind of page tracker that she uses to kind of give herself an idea of how many pages she's realistically reading in a day, and how she also works DNFs into this whole system that she has. It's not for everyone, but if you like planning, I definitely think it's worth a shot, and if you just like making lists, it's also worth a shot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me try the AngieWay TBR method, and I will see you guys in a new video next week. Bye!